Hello, my name's Sylvester McCoy. Welcome to the legend of the Traveling TARDIS.
Hello, fellow Whovians, and welcome to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. I am your host. I don't know why am I not there? Did I just turn off the background? I just turned off the background. What a great way to start the show, huh? There. Oh, I know why. Because I was hiding in the producer spot. I had the producer spot set up because we've got a packed house today for a very, very special episode of The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. We are, of course, paying tribute to our recently lost friend, Simon Fisher-Becker, a wonderful, important part of our Traveling TARDIS family and Whovians family in general. So we're going to have a good chat with some good memories of Simon. If you've never seen his work, if you don't know who Simon is, still stick around. You're going to find out. Because he means a lot to a lot of people. I'm going to start things off by bringing in Christian. Hey, Christian.
I don't want to do it.
I know, me neither.
I don't want to. I never said that about an episode in our show, and I'm like, no, I don't want to do it.
I was really tempted to not, but yeah,
Like,
no, it needs to be done.
Well, we want to do it for our friend and
Yeah,
our
exactly.
brother.
Yeah.
So that's all we gotta say on that.
We've got some previous guests, we've got some previous panelists, we've got some regulars. So let's just go through. We'll introduce people, starting with Candyman here. Hey Candyman.
Hey guys, how you doing on this Saturday?
I
yeah, I'm here from the UK. Threw me completely because the time zones have changed, so it's earlier for me than normal, so it's a little bit weird.
So you don't have to worry about your vampiric time frame since it's an hour earlier.
It's an hour earlier.
Yeah.
I think we've got 3 weeks of this like change zone. So if you're in the UK, make sure you tune in at about 10 o'clock rather than 11 o'clock at normal time.
Right.
Yes, because we love having you all here. Who else do we have here? Why, of course, we've got our wonderful Gretchen. Hey,
Hi.
Gretchen, welcome back.
Thank you. Happy to be here. Not so happy about the circumstances, but thrilled to be included.
Yeah.
You are part of the family now, so yes, you were definitely included. We've also got, of course, and she'll come in with some birthdays with the Who Knew News, which will be very short. Of course, we've got Gadget. Hey, Gadget.
I know. I'm trying to keep it together.
For sure. That's what we're all here for. But and as I said, we have some returning folks as well. For the first time in a very long time, we've got Dr. Freedom. Hey, Doctor.
Hello, everyone.
He's still bald.
He's still bald.
Yep, still here, still bald.
Yep. We appreciate your being here. And I could bring in no one else next other than, with a reaction like that than wonderful Melanie. And we're still bouncing back.
God.
Oh, we miss you, Melanie.
Lord, nothing's changed. Here we go. I needed to laugh right now.
You think we actually learned our lesson?
Oh, absolutely. How
many times did we bounce you back? We bounced you back and forth how many times trying to bring you into solo because Christian and I were still doing the same producer job at the same time.
See, for people who don't know, I do the production and our good friend Dave does the hosting.
And Christian points to the wrong direction.
Exactly. We still haven't learned that either. So
yeah.
We'll never.
But every now and then I automatically go into producer mode and start clicking things that I want and it's on the same wavelength. So
that's my favorite thing is popping up, popping down, popping up, popping down, popping down. Or like,
or sometimes I just do it myself because it's fun.
I'm gonna put on my 3D glasses to see Melanie.
Exactly. And of course, we have a couple of other very special guests with us. We've got Bolty. Sorry, I got a friend who's Boltby. So if I add an extra B in there, Bolty from the No Name Trivia Show. Welcome all the way from across the bigger pond.
If you're not familiar with the show, it takes place, and you're going to be seeing its host Joe very momentarily. The place is Australia, from down under. The No Name Trivia Show, and the only reason why I don't watch it's at 4 a.m. I've been a guest on the show twice, and that was just it. And even Joe goes, "Oh mate, just bugger on, do it."
So. Yeah, no, we know it's stupid o'clock over in America when we do it here, but it's done like 8 p.m. here in Sydney time. But guys, I'd like to thank you for allowing me to come on and share some stories about the wonderful Simon Fisher-Becker.
As a random Bolty, what time is the new season going to be running compared to your show? Or is it the same day or is it the same time?
Same day, same bat time, same bat channel.
Okay. Excellent. And of course, we've got Ian McNeice joining us again.
Hi,
welcome
everybody.
back.
Thanks for having me. I'm really pleased to be here. It's really nice to be able to share some stories about Simon, and I have a few.
Awesome.
Good.
Just a few.
I consider you guys partners in crime. That's why I'm like,
Oh yeah,
there's not a few. There's got to be more.
we were definitely partners in crime. There's no doubt about that.
Mm-hmm.
We had a lot of fun and a lot of laughs.
Mm-hmm.
I think we could just do an entire let's put Ian up and Bolty up and let them talk for the next hour.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was gonna do. It's
like I said, the event I was at, the two of them had me cracking up like crazy. That's why I couldn't get many pictures. I was laughing too much. You know,
you were in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's what we do, Dave. We just quietly leave, and we'll leave Balti. Yeah, here you go.
Wait, I just take my camera off before I do that, aren't I?
Christian, that I am still I am a like a host of the No Name Trivia Show, and I've interviewed Ian, once or twice, so I can do it. That's no problems.
Well, if you're up for it.
Well, why don't we, before we do anything else, let's get the happy part out of the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
And as usual, my dyslexia may kick in and everything. So I'm warning them. It might kick in.
Wait, Gadget, we got to make it formal. You ready?
Okay. All right.
At least $3,000 for that intro.
All right. So the happiness that we're gonna spread today is 3 special birthdays.
Yes.
And like I said, a fair warning if the dyslexia kicks in, but I'd like to wish, because his is before the other 2, a happy birthday to Yiji Show, if I got it. Okay. He turns. Wait, no, it can't be.
Yeah, he
turns 50. Yeah, he turns 50 this year.
50, yes.
Yeah, I'm looking at. I'm like, he's only a year older than me. Okay, it's crazy. Okay, that made me laugh and everything. But many don't know, he was in the TV version from Fox of the Doctor Who, our eighth Doctor, and we wish him a very happy birthday right now. And our other 2 who share a birthday, just different years apart, and explains their personality, because I met a lot of March 11th birthdays, and Alex Kingston and John oh God, he hates when I do this every time I talk to him. Barrowman and everything. I know. I because I was trying to figure out in real life, because I met John, I'm like, their personalities are in real life are the same. And then I said, now after looking at this, like, now it makes sense and everything. It's something with the March 11th birthdays. They are like the most, just watch around them. Like they are the most pranksters, everything, you name it. They are life,
Dave, we got to review the episode there is one episode with Captain Jack and River Song, and we got to do that one.
Yes.
Oh, yes, we do.
That I would love to do one, because those 2 together, I would love to hear the bloopers. I would love and everything.
I think the actual runtime is like an hour, and then the bloopers are like 5 to 10 or something like that.
Yeah.
So we're definitely gonna love it. But yeah, happy birthday to E.G. Cho, John Barrowman, and Alex Kingston, who I don't think she ages. I think she spoils from the blood of Candyman.
No, she's in the Lazarus pit. She's in the Lazarus pit.
You heard me, Candyman. Yeah. She's in the Lazarus
pit. Isn't it amazing that it's Alex Kingston's birthday? And Simon, I remember rightly, it was actually Alex Kingston that Simon shared his very first scene with in Doctor Who.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I watched it earlier today.
See, this Australian is not that stupid.
No, but
no, we did not say that. We did not say that at all.
We did not. You just have spiders, and they scare the heck out of me. So no,
you might have.
Is that the hunter spider, right?
Hey, honestly, the spiders are nothing compared to the politicians, so don't worry about it.
Hey, now
it's the emus you have to worry about.
I was just having politics conversations with him.
No, I just worry about the pizza rat here and all the other fun stuff we have here in New York.
Yeah, you got spiders that can eat dingoes.
They got dingoes that can eat spiders.
That can eat people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I just got a message from Simon the other day asking, talking about Trudeau, our prime minister here in Canada, no longer as of yesterday, technically, and the speech he made over in Europe at whatever leaders conference is happening. I don't remember right off the top of my head. And so we were back and forthing about politics in the UK and in Canada and the similarities, the differences, the personalities and everything. And it was just, and he was very positive, and he was grand. He was just like, no, I feel great. I feel, better. And
yeah, this is just
a wise friend of mine pointed out that's common. Your body goes, I don't really have a reason to hold back energy anymore, so let's give myself the best possible little time.
It's the rally.
Yeah, it's that last little rally of goodness.
No, you got to promote the book. You got to see all of us again. I've been meaning to want to hug him again, but I never got the chance because of what's going on here. So I think that was like a present too.
Yeah.
I'm quite lucky enough to I actually went to see Simon himself in his house in 2023 when I was actually in America. Sorry, not America. Sorry, that was last year. in the UK. And all I can say is, Simon, he gave the best bear hugs. He also laughing, roaring, you could always tell when you really cracked him up because he would just do that big barrage of laughter. And I'm going to miss the guy so much. I know that he loved you guys severely, and also your show. One of the last times I spoke to Simon, if I can just tell you a funny story, he was in hospital, and he's lying down, and I'm talking to him. He goes, "Oh, Bolty," and he had a hospital gown on, and one of his breasts was hanging out. And I went, "Oh, look at you, you big floozy." Right. So I why not?
What?
So we're just sitting there, like I've got one breast out, he's got the other breast out, and we're going, "Oh yeah, hello, love, oh hello." And then one of the nurses walk in. You could just imagine what she was thinking.
I can't actually.
Please tell me it was a private room.
Well, it was just on Messenger. It wasn't on. We didn't film it. I mean, God. But I mean, the funniest thing is that last night, Joseph, who's deals with the No Name Trivia show, he sent me this screen, and so a picture of a screen, and it was the Gay Times from New York, and it had both his and my name in it, and I said, I never thought that I would live to see the day that my name was mentioned in the Gay Times. And so I sent that over to a couple of my friends, and they went, "You're the only one that never did think. We all thought it would be there." But anyway, look, all I can say is Simon Fisher-Becker. Simon Fisher-Becker was an amazing person, and I need to say this if I can. If you have special people out there that you haven't spoken to for a while, make that phone call. Don't wait for the phone call to come. It may never come. So you make that phone call. And also consider what's been going on in the world over the past 5 odd years with COVID and everything like that. There's been some disconnects of family and also friends. That doesn't matter anymore. What matters is love and respect. So all I can say is, don't matter who was in the right, who was in the wrong. Get rid of that. Just go out there, make the phone call, be the better person, make that first phone call, and you never know. You could get your family and your friends back. And that's all I just want to say. Thank you.
Very nice.
Oh, God.
We're done.
Yep.
I'm not going to
It's
follow up
amazing
on
us
that. That's going to
Australians-
happen.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Sometimes us Australians can make sense, and it's got nothing to do with kangaroos.
Yeah, one of my friends lives in Australia and haven't met him in person yet, but he says the attitude out there is just family and everything.
Yeah,
Balti,
I mean, yeah, mate.
Well, no, I was about to say, funny you mentioned that article, because before I went on, I spoke with Joe. There's the article. If you can bring it up, I believe it's LGBT History Month.
LGBT.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I need my
LGBT,
glasses. I'm sorry. LGBT History Month, and I'll read this for you if people are having a hard time seeing it. God, I need my glasses. Simon has been.
I can put my radio voice on. Simon has been a co-host of the No Name Trivia Show with Joseph McGrail-Bailey and Paul Baldwin since 2020. He has the award-winning Simon Says section. He produces his own Simon Says vlogs on YouTube and Simon Says Sci-Fi for the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS show, fronted by Christian Basil, based in Florida. He also has his own YouTube channel where he posts regular vlogs.
They know who I am. That scares me.
I'm sorry, I couldn't understand a word you said. Could you try that again in English?
Rude.
Coming from the Canadian.
Nice.
Wait. Would you like me to do it in American?
Or New York?
Has the co-host of the No Name Trivia Show. Yeah.
That's accurate.
Or New York? You can do it as a New Yorker.
No, I can't. That's good. I can even do Scottish. We knew that's new how you make college. I didn't say very, very well, but
that makes way more sense. Way more than the Australian.
So all I can say is, like Christian, yourself, myself, and Joseph. It's the first in my career that I've been in the LGBT, History Month, and I'm very proud to say I am.
Well, there you are.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I like the light by On This Gay Day and others.
Well, I think Joe said it best when we were on the phone together when he sent me this article. I think Simon at times forgot that people knew who he was, and he never really got the recognition that he deserved. And he's been doing movies and film and TV forever. And even now, there's even in post, he's still got stuff that's going to be coming out. And I'm definitely going to be interested. I want to see Puppy Love. I'd never had a chance to see that. And as far as this show is concerned, he will be in the family forever. I mean, the man's got his own playlist. If you're not familiar with Simon, it's your first time seeing him and us talking about him. He has his own YouTube channel, as mentioned in the article. He has his own playlist here, and if you just want to spend a few moments just understanding the guy, and he had no ill will to anybody. He spoke out. He was blunt about it, but he didn't care for the most part. He just wanted people to get along. He wanted people to get together and do things and just enjoy life. I think on his profile it was, nobody has time for hangups, or I don't have time for hangups. So I meant,
and I actually always, he would give me a call, or I would ring him and he would talk about the people who come and complain about the vlogs. I mean, Balti, do they think they're on about? And that's the funniest thing about Simon. I mean, he was so loving. He was so, he was so gentle. I mean, you always hear like the gentle giant, but that's what Simon Fisher-Becker was. And, last night I was having such a really bad time dealing with it. So believe it or not, I got onto YouTube and I started, watching the Traveling TARDIS, Time of the Traveling TARDIS, on YouTube, and I'm going, oh yeah, and then I actually had to keep myself awake because I wanted to give Christian a call. I did. I wanted to give Christian a call just to say, no pun intended. No, I wanted to give Christian a call to say, how are you feeling? Because I know, Christian loved Simon as much as we all did. And again, so I know that how much Simon loved you guys. Okay, and was so happy when he came onto the show. It was, and look, I'm very lucky to have been working with him for the past 4 years. There is no way when I very first saw that scene with Simon Fisher-Becker and Alex Kingston, with Dorium Maldovar, in Dorium, in Doctor Who, that I thought that I would actually end up working with this guy for 4 years. And because of him, I mean, I actually got to interview Sylvester McCoy and the wonderful Ian McNeice and lots of people to do with Doctor Who, and being a Whovian as I am. Wow, it was even to the point of Simon's last book, Flogging a Dead Horse. He actually asked me to actually do the foreword for him. I mean, I know it's an ugly picture, but
ugly.
but I look, I will never ever say a bad word about Simon, because the guy was just an
genuine,
amazing, wonderful, genuine teddy bear. And all I can say is, Simon, wherever you are, my darling, you've more like got a sheet over you with one breast exposed, like being like a Roman emperor. But if you were ABBA, darling, I would say thank you for the music, but you're not. I just want to say thank you for the time that you spent loving life. And, sorry, sorry, my fault. But no, Simon, I love you, and never ever forget me, the loudmouth Australian, because I would never allow you to.
Oh, he's watching, going, oh
yeah.
He'll go, oh, Balti, get your breast out, darling.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Just to change things,
sorry.
if you haven't read Simon's book, as Balti said, that was his last book, the Flogging a Dead Horse, and tons and tons of Simon on the cover down there. Oh, you okay?
Well, yeah, that works. That works.
That works. Because I had him individually.
DALEK has a puncture. My DALEK has another puncture. And let's ZYGONS be ZYGONS.
So 4 books out that Simon has put out.
And he was working on the audio, if I remember right, or he had the audio.
I think he was working.
Yeah, the audio is already out.
Oh, it is good. I'm gonna get that.
Yeah,
and he was doing a one-man show version of this occasionally.
Yes, DALEK Has a Puncture.
Yeah, and sadly, we were trying to get him over to North America to do like the Fringe circuit or something. I've been working with him to produce it over here, and it just the timing didn't ever quite worked properly. So I'm very sad that I wasn't able to participate. We were gonna do it as kind of an interview-ish type thing, and it was gonna be a grand show. But now you're just gonna have to buy his books and listen to the audio.
I think
watch his YouTube channel.
I think he performed the stage show at Pensacon, if I'm not mistaken, Melanie. And there's like an old video.
I want to say he did that at Pensacon, but I know there is video, because I did have an opportunity to watch the video of that, and I know we watched it together.
Yeah,
he'd been reworking it a bit, but yeah.
So,
do we want to run one of our video clip guests?
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That would be good.
Let me go ahead, and speaking of the no name trivia show.
No.
Do you want me to say it in New York? Okay, fine. This is actually Joe from the No Name Trivia Show. We actually Balti was talking about, we actually exchanged videos because, God forbid, 4 a.m. I wasn't going to do it. And Joe calls me up at 10 o'clock last night. He goes, I want you to do a video for me for the No Name show. And I was about ready to go to bed, and I was just like already exhausted. It was just like the day that I found out about this was I was just driving with Chrissy, and I get a call from Simon. Simon never calls. So he usually sends me a text, or he usually sends me a picture and says, I'm doing well, or hey, do you want to do something? And I get a call from Simon, which never happens. And I pick it up and I said, Simon, is everything okay? Because he was in the hospital for a while. I think he was only supposed to be there for a week, and he ended up being there for what, 2 months, if I'm not mistaken.
2 months.
Right after his birthday. Right after his birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was Tony. And I said, Tony, is everything okay? And I think I knew right away. I think everything started to kick in when I heard Tony instead of Simon answering the phone. He goes, no. And he told me flat out. And Chrissy was looking at me and she goes, are you okay? I'm just like, yeah. And I don't know why I did it, but I said, can I just drive somewhere? Because we were already on the road. We were shopping for stuff. And I said, I really need to go. In fact, I picked, we were just driving, and I just like, we never go down this way. Can we go down this way? And she goes, yeah. And it was just woods and stuff like that. And I don't know why I'm telling you guys this, but that was the way I was getting over it for some odd reason. It still hasn't kicked in. It's still really, I'm going to wake up tomorrow and he's going to send me a PM and going like, hey, Christian, I'll be back on the show next week or something like that. Or Christian, I'm just getting out of the hospital. But I hope you guys had a chance to know Simon. If you did, you got an experience in life that is so wonderful. And if for those of you who never met Simon or know really little bit about him, like I said, there are videos out there. But I just want you to realize that when they talk about the sweetest guy in the world, it's Simon. And he'd been through he'd been through hell and back, and he has done some wonderful things. And I think one of the things that Joe and I were talking about is I think Simon was worried about that people had forgotten him, that nobody knew about him. And seeing everybody on his social media, seeing the articles that came out, he wasn't forgotten.
No.
And he should never be forgotten. And everything about how he affected this family and everyone else around him who came in contact with him, I hope you had that chance. And if you hadn't, like I said, he's got videos out there. He's got movies out there. Take the time, just see 1 or 2 of them. And you're going to see this incredible man performing. And when you go to his YouTube channel, you can see how he felt about things. But again, he was never one to take it out in anger or say anything hateful or something like that. He tried to say it in a way that he was blunt about it, but he never came across as somebody that, he wanted something bad to happen to people. He wanted people to get along. And I'm hoping he brought that to everybody in his life. He brought it to me.
I can remember.
Why am I still up here? I'm embarrassing.
I was privy to those hugs and everything. Yeah.
Very nice, Christian.
Yeah.
Nice.
I remember the very first time that I heard him swear. I went, "Oh my God, Simon swearing!"
Right?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, Australians swear all the time. We used to swear, but the first time I ever heard Simon swear and say, certain words, I've just gone, Simon, I never thought you had it in you, love.
Simon and we actually started out at the same time. Dorium and Mia's Winston Churchill we came out about the same time, and we experienced something together for the first time, which was conventions. We'd never been to many conventions, and suddenly we were both invited at the same time to go to Australia and New Zealand, and we had the most wonderful time laughing ourselves through that, which was great. And then we came back to England, and suddenly, just before COVID, there was a whole year where we did conventions every other week, and it was incredible. We used to drive together. I used to come in his car, and he'd have his little truck, his little scooter to go in. And so I said, can I borrow it, Simon, once you've got in? Can you send it back for me? And I'd be outside, and I'd get on it, and I'd come in too. And I'd borrow it to go to the toilet as well. It was hysterical. And we had the most wonderful time at these conventions with all these people. The thing about Simon was that with Facebook, right? And this cracked me up because he accepted every friend request you could get. And he had friends on Facebook, thousands of people on Facebook were his friends. And they'd come to me and say, look, I'm a friend of Simon Fisher-Becker. Can I be your friend too? And I said, no, you can't.
I don't think you even wait. Do I have you?
That's fine. It was just wonderful. We had the most wonderful time. Were hysterical. And there's some of these conventions that'd be only about like 20 people turn up, and we just sitting there for hours with nobody coming up to take our photographs, something like that. And we just laughed and laughed and laughed. Mm-hmm. And recently, because I was with him through the whole business of being in hospital. I was in America at the time, and he would keep me informed of what he was doing, and it would be going on forever. Him being in hospital, and then they had to get all this stuff back home for him, a special bed, lifting gear, and all this sort of had to be put in before he could go home. And it took forever. And then he eventually got home. And I only talked to him last week. And that was the most extraordinary thing. And I, like you, had a phone call from Simon Fisher-Becker. And it was Tony. And I knew then when Tony spoke to me, I saw the name Simon Fisher-Becker, and I knew Tony. And it was at that point I thought, oh God, no. Same thing. And I can say, as you have, Christian, as well, he is the sweetest man. He was and still is. So that's me. Great memories. I'm going to miss you, Simon. Miss you very much. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Where do we go from here? I guess.
I don't know, because.
Oh, wait.
Do the video. Do the video.
Yeah, Melanie, nothing's changed here. So he was giving me a hint to play the video, and I was like, I didn't play the video.
Just do the video.
He started to intro the video and went off.
Yeah, sorry, I said my piece.
It's kinetic. It's always been very kinetic.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, from the No Name Trivia Show, this is Joe. He is a host of the show. You can also see I think you still do the show, right, Ian? And Bolte.
I've done it several times. I've done it about 4 or 5 times. Yeah. I'm Bolte. I've known Bolte for a long time now.
Joe and I, Joe asked me to do a video for his show, and it was like I was about to go to bed, and he goes, can you just do a video for me if you can't be on? And just like, I'd be more than happy to. And I was already ready for bed to get out, go into the video room, and I sent him the video. Goes, "Are you okay?" And I'm just like, "Yeah, I was tired when I did it." And it's like it's still the same day of. I'm just like it's still fresh. I just like I and it was hard to do the video because I was just like I didn't even think this through. I just said what I wanted to say about him, and I just said it flat out. So. But this is Joe's contribution for our show. So here you go, Joe.
G'day, everyone. It's Joe from the No Name Trivia Show here in Australia. Like everyone, I am totally gobsmacked, devastated, and everything you could imagine for the loss of my dear friend, Simon Fisher-Becker. Simon has been a true friend over the last 5 years. We've had so many laughs together. It's just been amazing. He would call me every day, or I would call him every other day that he didn't call me. And we'd just chat about rubbish, really. We didn't have any set topic or anything like that, and we'd just enjoy each other's company. He was a true gentleman as well as a gentleman. I will miss him so much. And Simon, please, I make everyone laugh up there in heaven. I know you will. And pop over and see my mum and say good day to her for me. And I love you very much, brother. Yeah. So thank you for everything, Simon. Bye-bye.
And if anybody in the chat, there's so many chats in there. So
I'm looking at it too, yeah.
I'm trying to see everybody else's, but God, Melanie Toodlepip. That is exactly it.
I missed him saying that.
I'm gonna miss him saying that. Yeah, and I got to watch his show again out there. And Kevo from X's for Show wasn't invited. Rogers, it's good to see you. Glad everyone is well. Had a tight spot over there, Kevo. So we're welcome out there. And Sticksboy 73, may he rest in peace. Yeah, a lot of that. Jim says, I remember this guy in the 11th hour episode where he lost his head to the monks. And his head was put in.
Didn't think he was going to come back for more episodes.
Such a good episode too, because even he's only here. This is all that he has, and yet he still had so much just
projection
to the scenery and the projection, and just how much he emoted here. He still had body language here. That's how just absolutely brilliant of a communicator Simon Fisher-Becker was. Blah blah blah. Can't even talk.
His voice. His voice was just amazing. You could actually just fall to sleep, and I don't mean that in a disrespectful area.
You could. It was so soothing.
I even changed my T-shirt because everybody else was in a TARDIS T-shirt, so I went and got my Minion TARDIS one.
Wait a minute, you had your breasts hanging out? We missed. That's
on the nighttime show.
The TARDIS After Dark.
Yeah, that's right. No, I tell you one thing is like that voice. I said to Simon many years ago when I first met him, your voice is unbelievable. Have you ever decided to do a podcast or not? He goes, oh, darling, you don't know what I've done, do you? It's like, yeah, okay, fine, good enough. I like that one. But no, even with the with Vlogging a Dead Horse, again, that book. Although I've done voiceovers for many, many years, Simon was such an amazing voice actor. And just him talking, honestly, it was just so, I can't actually explain the word. It was just, you could listen to it and all your worries would just go. They would just melt, and Channel Pip.
What does that mean? I had to look. I'm gonna have to look.
It's in English. It's an old English saying for like goodbye, see you soon. I mean, look at Ask Ian.
Ian, stuff like that.
I bet Ian said Turtle Pip a number of times, haven't you, Ian?
Oh, definitely, absolutely. Good old British.
I'd never said that, and I'm British, but
yeah, but listen to the difference in those accents, and
I know I'm just a common from Essex guy. You know what I mean?
Funny you should mention that.
My condolences.
Yeah. Funny you should mention
all my
that.
Family comes from Essex. Sorry, you go.
No, you're fine. Funny you should mention his voice because he gave me the ultimate gift I think he could have given me, and it's actually on the YouTube channel. I was thinking about playing it tonight, but we have a couple of videos, and if we have time, I might play it. He did a reading of what is it? The Saint Nick, a visit from
the night before Christmas.
It's called A Visit from Saint Nick.
Yeah, A Visit from Saint Nicholas.
And he did a reading of it, and it.
Please don't lose that. Please don't lose that. I ever adopted.
I've got like 5 copies of it somewhere.
Don't lose it. I would love to
play it on every.
Adopt any kids, please.
Don't tell me. I might play it on this episode, so we'll never lose.
You're gonna have me in tears again.
So,
because I play at Christmas time all the time now.
Or even when he was on with us during the Phantasmagoria was on, and he was the narrator, and even then, as they performed, I mean, just a consummate professional. Ramona actually says the perfect caption of how to the adjective, I guess you could say, for his voice, and it was I'm gonna butcher this, mellifluous.
Mellifluous.
Hold on.
So
sounds nasty. Is it contagious?
But yeah, it's smooth, gentle, and a pleasant voice. And the word comes from the Latin words meaning melli, which is honey, and fleur, to flow.
There you go.
But because I don't want to say it was melodic, because while there is a scale that he used, he also commanded it with the volume and whether he was going, pianissimo, being very soft, or very, being very loud and boisterous. He really just knew how to. Just the voice acting was just incredible. And again, but like I said before, I always thought he was very deliberate in how he spoke and what he spoke, and very thoughtful in his words. Not just in the performance piece, but as other people have already mentioned, when he was talking about what was things close to his heart, when he was commenting about, episodes, or even when he was interviewing, like when we had Ian on, I think it was the first time, Simon was on as part of the panel to interview him. So everything was very thought out. Everything was always kind, very, again, deliberate, very gentle, but very thoughtful. And that's one thing I'm going to miss, is even in our chats. It's if you ever even texted him back and forth, you could hear all those intonations of what he was saying. Even in his little text, I could hear his voice. So what's fantastic is that a lot of that's still going to be, since he's an actor of the stage, and that you can go and see some of this stuff. But I think we're all blessed that he lived in a time where we are having this screen, so that you can see him on Doctor Who. You could see him here. You could hear his voice in his audio works, especially Big Finish. We don't have to rely on what people said of great actors of yesteryear of stage, and even the silent era. We have it, so we can make sure that we share it, so that no one ever forgets the brilliance of Simon Fisher-Becker.
Very nice. Well done.
Mm-hmm.
And close, please. Make me
Make me a little.
Oh no, this is the whole show.
Here. You see what's next to me? You see what's next to me? I can't.
The one thing that I found out about Simon is that he didn't think that anybody knew who he was. Okay, which was quite funny, because he was quite famous. Like my youngest daughter, Kira, she's an absolute Harry Potter fan. When she knew that I knew the Ghost of Hufflepuff, it's like, oh my God, I had legendary status, for at least, well, you know what is like, when you're, 12-year-old girl, for at least 5 minutes, and that's a lifetime. But if I can just, I can tell you a story. Luckily enough, I was in America last year, and I went to a little place called Alexandria in Virginia, just about 20 minutes out of DC.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm doing some stuff for the No Name Trivia show, and I was speaking to this lady, and her father there, whose name was Art, was going, I know you. I go, no, you don't. No, you don't. I've never been to this part of America before. No, but I know you. I'm going, yeah, okay, sure you do. Okay, thanks. I know you. And I thought, I'm in a really bad Billy Conley skit here. You know, I know you. I know you. So it's fine. Okay. So I'm just in there talking to his daughter, and he goes, and then he comes to me and goes, you're on Facebook, aren't you? I went, pardon? He goes, you're on Facebook. I went, yeah. He goes, yeah, something to do with trivia. Something to do with trivia. You know, and that guy, the large guy from Doctor Who and Harry Potter. I went, Simon. He goes, yeah. I went, oh, have you seen it? He goes, yeah, I've seen a couple of episodes. See, I told you I know you. But here's one thing I didn't tell Joe, because I rang up Joe and Joe goes, oh. But Art goes, yes, I like that large guy. You I don't like so much, but him I really like. Well, all I can say is, you know, all I can say, give me a compliment and then rip it straight out.
Yeah, but going on what we were saying, that he was also in Harry Potter, so all the people who like Harry Potter have also lost a major actor. I never got to meet Simon in real life, so that's a shame. But working with him on this show and listening to all his stuff, it just really touched, especially with stuff where he had to go through bullying and how he dealt with that and everything he's went through. He was such a encouragement of a figure to look to, of dealing with problems in real life and the struggles he had. And I've got so much respect to him. I'm just going to miss him for sure now. I'm just so gutted that I never got to meet him.
My experience is like at an event I will not name and everything between him and Ian, but I was in the autograph area and his chair had gotten stuck and everything. We were trying to fix it and everything. He says, come here, sit next to me. I see what they're doing right now and everything. You stay with me. You stay with me. And he had me sit with him the whole time I was there and everything. And I think, Ian, you were on the other side and Fraser was over the other way and everything. And I just stayed with everybody. And all I kept hearing was that small laugh he gave the kids. He talked to the kids. Because they kept saying, are you from this? Are you this? Are you? And like everybody, he just kept telling them. And this one kid was like, it's the headless monk. And he was just like he was a big teddy bear. Gave me a big hug for helping him and everything. But he said, you stay with me and stuff. So between Ian and Simon, I had two best people like around me and stuff, because I was new to being part of a team like that and hadn't seen Doctor Who in a while and was doing it for an internship at school. And even Simon got me to talk to Fraser, got me to talk to Syl, got me to talk to everybody. It's like, because I was a little bit shy, and then like Ian teasing me at the dinner and everything. It was just one of those, like, it was a family at that point before something else, but he always would look out for everybody. Like anybody that wanted anything, he's like, you want a hug? Here's a hug. Here's this, you know, and stuff like that. All through that whole adventure I went through, and told him about my dyslexia, told him about everything. And he was like surprised. He's like, that I was able to get through a lot of things and stuff. And he just kept telling me, like, while I was there, don't let anybody stop you. Don't anybody say anything bad about you. I know what you did. And if you ever need me or anything, I'm right here. You know?
Very nice.
Big teddy bear. Same thing with you, Ian. I miss you, too. I'm going to try to get that hug from you.
I'm going to put up Tom's chat over here because there's a reason why. Tom says, I already broke down last night recording a show mentioning Simon, George Lowe, and Paul Wegman from back in the day. So, yeah, I mean, just a lot of people. I mean, if you put that on top of the Dawn actress, Michelle Trachtenberg, Gene Hackman, I mean, just like the list goes on and on and on. And the reason why I brought this up was because I guess for a better term, ironically, is that George Lowe had passed, and I was going through my phone, and I had realized I had recorded George with my Traveling TARDIS and had never released it. It's now on the YouTube channel for people to see, but I just thought it was like, wow, that's coincidental that I never had a chance to release this video, and now I have a reason now, and not the reason I wanted to, but I put it out there so people could see it, because he had a good time. He was playing with the TARDIS, and he was just going completely nuts for like 10 minutes on the thing.
Was that Central Florida Comic Con?
No, it was a smaller con called Kaiser Con.
Oh, very cool.
Yep, it was at KaiserCon, and I just said, "Can you do a little ad for me?" And next thing I know, he's taking like 15 minutes, and I had to break it up into 3 parts. That was George, yeah, not talking. But the reason why I brought up his name is that we have a video of Simon, and this is from Joe. It's Joe as well from the No Name Trivia Show. And we believe that this is the last video that Simon has ever done. So he wanted to make sure we presented it to you tonight. So let me go ahead and run it. Where is it? And here okay. Yeah, I found it. I got so much stuff in the background. I'm going to like this. So this is, from what we know, is the last video of Simon Becker.
Welcome to Monday the 10th of March, and we're talking about hospitals. And what is a hospital? Well, the origin of the term comes from Latin, hospus hospitale, which means a place of rest and recovery. The earliest records of a hospital come from the ancient Sri Lanka writings from the 4th century BCE. And the oldest hospital in the world still in use is St. Bartholomew's Hospital in London. St. Bartholomew's was founded in 1123 under the reign of Henry I. On the 10th of March 1862, America printed its first paper money in the forms of $5, $10, $20, and $50. And in 1876, Alexander Graham Bell made the first successful telephone call. Famous births on the 10th of March include American actress Sharon Stone, who is 66 today, and famous deaths. Tiberius, Roman emperor, died on the 10th of March, AD 37. And American actor Ray Milland died in 1986.
And that's the last video of Simon Fisher-Becker. And for those of you who are asking where the bunny ears come from, that was his husband, Tony, holding those rabbit ears in the background.
That's Tony there.
There's Tony, yeah.
That's when I got a chance to go. And they picked me up in Birmingham.
That's a long trip for Canada.
Yes, for me it was a long trip. For them it was not, as they lived not far out of the city. And we went a wandering to the National Theater and a few other places just to hang out and chat for a couple of days, have a cup of tea, that sort of thing. And I will always be grateful for that trip. And
him and his tea. Oh God, yeah. His tea. Yeah, he had to have it just right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
before we sidetracked, you were about to say something a few minutes ago, and we kind of cut you off there. I think.
Who? Which one? Ian.
No.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. Forget I said anything.
As I was going to say, we're here and we're all talking about Simon, but also at the same time, I'd like everybody to, spend a minute and send their condolences and think of Tony as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's very sad for Tony.
I was hoping he was going to talk tonight.
And I can see, lucky enough, when I was there in the UK in 2023, I met Tony. I met Ian. Sorry, not Ian. Simon inside their house, and they were so accommodating. And here's a funny story about Simon again. On that precise day, right? We travelled from London and going to Liverpool because there's a thing called Eurovision that the Americans don't really know about, but we're a big Eurovision fan. So
I know that.
we stopped off at Tony and Simon's place, and we were there for about, I don't know, an hour and a half, 2 hours, and Simon goes, "Balti, I love you, but you're gonna have to go soon." So I've just come from Australia. He goes, No, I have some fans coming around from Belgium. I went, "Oh, really, Belgium?" He goes, "Yeah, they're Harry Potter fans. They contact me," and I said, "Come around for a spot of tea." It's like, and that's the great thing that Simon was like. He loved his fans, and he. I mean, look, I'm gonna say something that I think everybody would know what I'm saying without saying it, and Ian would definitely know. In the acting industry is a fickle business, and you get some lovely people, then you get some that's not so nice. Simon Fisher-Becker was definitely one of those nice ones, that he would love his fans. He actually understood it was the fans that made him, made him into the person that he is, and he never ever forgot that. And that's what I loved about Simon. Whether you're a fan of Harry Potter from Belgium, or whether you're some imbecile from Australia that you've been working with for 4 years, I tell you, he would just open his heart to you, no matter who you are. And I know they say the word living legend, a bit too much, but I have to say Simon Fisher-Becker to me was the living legend. And also another person that's actually on this show, this exact show, the wonderful Ian McNeice, another living legend. And, Ian, I know how much he loved you. He talked about you day in, day out. And all I can say is, Mr. McNeice, you are an absolute living legend. And we don't have him in Australia, and I don't think you have him in America. But in Britain, one of those round blue things, of where famous people lived and living legends. Ian, you should get one of them. And also Simon Fisher-Becker should get one. No, let's go the whole hog. Let's go the whole hog. Let's get an OBE. An OBE from the King for Ian and also for Simon. I'll ring Charlie Boy up and go, "Charlie, OBE for both of them."
Thank you, Balti. Thank you very much. There's the boy.
What was it? If Simon got a blue plaque, all the Doctor Who fans would come and cover it over with a picture of his face.
Yes, exactly.
Every time.
No, it'll be the new on what's the wall? The wall for what was it in Torchwood? There'll be the new wall.
the Yonto shrine?
Yeah, there'll be a new shrine. That's what we have. We'll have Simon's shrine,
Yep. The Dorium shrine. There we go.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll print this out and put it there.
It's actually very. Oh, look. That's wonderful.
Mecca hi, Mecca what?
I think he had more fun with that one than anything. That was his favorite. And because I was looking on his page and he's posting that like crazy. I was loving that.
That's so cute.
Yeah, they'll do that. The fans will do that. They'll do that.
Yeah.
I think they should just have a ride over at Disney World. It's just Ian and Simon with their own mode of transportation. They just run around the place.
I told you, I was cracking up with the two of them at that event. I mean, like I said, if you saw my pictures, the two of them next to each other, the looks you two kept giving each other in those pictures that I kept catching and stuff.
No, I used to ride his little truck, and there we go. Look at that. There we are.
Do you still have that hat? Because that was the cutest.
Yeah, I still got the hat. That's great.
You too. Like, yeah.
Oh, there he is.
That's 3 a.m, Simon. No.
I think he had enough with that day.
There's both of them at 3 a.m. It's basically. Did you just ask that question again?
What the hell was that? Jesus Christ.
Ian is like, he's asking that question. Simon's going, I'll answer your question. Just not properly.
The question is, what were you photographing them at 3 o'clock in the morning for?
I was just spur of the moment and everything at the event, and they had this panel up, and it just went sideways. And I was like, you know what? Let me get this. No, it was a regular time.
Okay, because I'm saying, don't tell me that you sneaked into the bedroom or something like that. Sneak. Take a picture.
Oh no, this one during the dinner trying to hook me up with somebody at the table, that young kid, if you remember, and everything. And when Simon found out, I was like, leave her alone with it. Let her, Remember, that when we were at the table when you were drinking your milkshake.
Really?
Yeah, you were the kid next to me, the guy. It was the other guy's son. And everything you were trying to fix me up with and everything. And when Simon found out, he was like, leave her alone. That's what I'm saying. You put these two together and it was like everything that was going wrong at that event, it was better with those two.
Oh, so cute. Listen, I'm going to have to go because it's quite late here in Britain. I love being on the show, and thank you, everybody.
No.
Thanks for having me.
Ian, thank you so much for
Thank you so much,
on the
Ian.
show there.
Good night, everybody.
Night.
Good
night, Ian.
Good night. And I wanted to show this picture because we actually had Annette on the show before as well.
Oh,
Melanie, you got to host that show, right? I think it was with Annette Badland, and these two are together. But I asked her if she wanted to be on the show. She said she couldn't make it, but she wanted to wish us well, and she loved the fact that we were doing a contribution for Simon. So they're those two together as well. Trying to see here. What else is there?
I'm not quite sure if if you guys know, but I'm not quite sure. Look, Candyman would know the person I'm speaking about. So the King and Queen of England. Okay. I'm not quite sure, King Charles and Queen Camilla. I'm not quite sure if they're avid watchers of this show. But I do know that they are avid watchers of the No Name Trivia Show. They tune in every single week. Every single week. They love it. Okay. And I know that they love Simon's, Simon Says. So I'm going to write to, Bonnie Charlie and Queen Camilla and see if we can get an OBE for Simon Fisher-Becker. And can you just imagine it? Just on it will be Toodle Pip.
And then Ian accepts it for him.
Yes.
I'll just have Joe give him
Tony.
Just have Joe give him a plot of land. Does he still do that?
We'll build the shrine. We'll build the shrine.
Honey, Simon had so many plots of land. Okay, he was a lord. He was a lord like myself and Joe of Glencoe, Scotland. He was also, I think it was somewhere up in Iceland.
He was a Viscount.
Yeah, Viscount, and he had so plots of land. He had so many, names. I didn't know what to call him. I used to go, "Oh, hello, darling, how are you?" Because it would be Lord, Viscount, see. Look, honestly, I know that I'm talking a lot, and I apologize, but I just love that guy so much. He was just such an amazing person. And I know I keep on saying how amazing he was, but I mean, if you never ever met the guy, you go, oh yeah. But as soon as you met him, you know exactly what I'm talking about. He was the salt of the earth. He was so down to earth. It was unbelievable. And as I said, he didn't think that he was famous. He didn't think that anybody would remember him, you know? But hey, although I'm a multimedia star in Australia, sorry, I never ever get a phone call. I never ever get a phone call from fans from Belgium.
And
he loved everybody. He loved
and just in case you're just joining us and coming in, welcome to the Legend, the Traveling TARDIS. We are doing our tribute show to a wonderful man. I'm just going to put this up because I know Dave put it up of here. Our good friend Simon Fisher. Yeah. That is cool. And
I had so much fun making that.
Who passed away on Sunday, and we are just if you have a Simon Fisher-Becker story, go ahead and kick it into the chats. We want to hear from you. Just a terrific man, and we're going to deeply miss him out there.
When I saw all the posts on his page from people that I was at that event with, and other people have seen him recently and stuff, I was crying with all of it, all the pictures, everything. I mean, you had him at the Pandorica, all the other stuff, like people he knew and stuff, and yeah, he was a big teddy bear like this, big teddy bear.
I just received a message from Joseph McGrail Bait-Up. Honestly,
he's sending me messages. We're on the show, Joe. You want to come on in?
Too bad we don't have an audio line. We could have him on.
He sent me a message, goes, I'll give my regards. And then he rings me 3 minutes later, goes, I'll tell him. So here's the message from Joseph McGrail Bait-Up. Please let them know I would have loved to be there to celebrate my best friend, but I had to clean air conditioners. Random. Absolutely.
I have a funny feeling Simon is going to send a sign through this show somehow because this is too funny, some of these. Simon is going to send a sign. He's going to send a sign.
It's probably going to write something in the chat and going like, what the hell are you people talking about?
Look at it this way. Thanks to his efforts, some people will not be getting Legionnaire's disease from their air conditioning.
Well, that's right. I mean, Joseph is one of those amazing people that goes out and, cleans people air conditioning. That's his day job. Nighttime job. Well, we won't talk about that.
Anyway, Peter, you were saying about you're going to write to King Charles and Queen Camilla about the OBE. There was a rumor that of late Queen Elizabeth II was a Doctor Who fan, and she ordered DVDs to her palace. So the rumor says, but they can't officially confirm it.
Well, they mentioned her so many times in the show. I mean, you have to.
When I was in the UK in 2023, I was outside Buckingham Palace, believe it or not, to do some stuff for the No Name Trivia Show. And one of the most amazing things happened. There's this royal guard going, move, the Queen is coming, the Queen is coming. I'm going, really? So first of all, I thought it was Simon, but no, it wasn't. But anyway. So then here's the Queen Camilla, driving out of the palace in her car, no other people around, just her in her car, right? So then I'm just thinking, because I'm commonly known, I've got a nickname over here called the King of Corrimal. So Corrimal is the area that I live here in Wollongong in Australia. So I'm there with my little camera. I'm going, Camilla, it's I. I'm the King of Corrimal. Can we come around for tea? She just didn't look at me, didn't say anything to me, just kept on looking like that, and then waited for the traffic, and she went. So that's my claim to fame with the King and Queen of England. So, she'll never ever forget me now.
And we have here Tony's album, Anthony Wilson, Doug Dale. Thank you, Melanie, for digging that up.
Mm-hmm.
and you can listen to Tony's album "What If." And it's got all of the.
Let's give it a listen. Give it a comment. Yeah. I'm sure Tony would be appreciative of the love, even if he can't probably immediately read or any of those kind of things, as we all go through grief differently. And I cannot fathom what the poor man's going through right now. But I'm sure sending that love, sending that positivity, even if it's little stuff that maybe you can see later, give it a listen and kind of,
Yeah, he was on SoundCloud at some point.
I know, I followed him. I can't find
I know he had taken off this album because he was in the process of remastering it. So I don't know
okay, that makes sense.
So I don't know if that ended up taking down his whole page in the process or what, but there we have it on Genius. So you can.
What happened?
Watch the episodes. Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay, Balti. What? Joe just wrote to me and goes, "Send me the link. I'm coming."
There you go.
Go for it.
It's Joe in here.
Did all that.
He's there. Doing his air conditioning. Go. Yeah. Look, Simon's a friend of mine. Yeah, I mean, look, honestly, Joe, get away. This is my part to shine, not you. Go away.
Oh no.
We showed it.
I wish we could have got like Daphne and all the other ones to come too and everything,
Yeah.
Tell their stories.
You know what we should do? As soon as he gets on, we go, "Okay, everybody, good night, Rose." Just end the show. Good night, Rose.
That would kill him. That would absolutely kill him. And if anybody has seen the No Name Trivia show beforehand, knows that I bag out Joseph. Bag out. Sorry, that's an Australian word of harass him. Quite regularly, because I keep on saying we need rehearsals. But he never takes the hint, and he's doing this and he's doing that. He's doing. Can I just say, Christian? You do such a better show than what Joe does. Now that'll get back.
No, don't tell Joe that.
That was timing.
Thank you very much.
I did not. He popped into the backstage.
That was the perfect.
Before you said that.
That was perfect.
Perfect timing. Anyways, have a great night. Have a great episode. Have a great night, everybody.
Can I just say that
Good night, Rose.
I'm looking for a new co-host for the No Name Trivia show now.
I'm out of work.
I'm not bored, but I will happily join in anytime.
I know, right?
I'm out of work.
Oh, you brought enough for everybody,
wake up at 4.
right? You got to get it for Australians. You brought enough for everybody on the internet, right?
So Joseph, I don't know if you know this, but I mean, this is such a better produced show than ours, because Christian actually takes time to rehearse. And I mean, and also, have you noticed nobody else on this, right? Nobody else is sitting there eating a biscuit.
Can I just say, Balti,
what kind of biscuit? I was going to ask if it was Tim Tams.
it's one of those. Having said that, I've got a client has given me a coffee and bickies. That's really cool. Christian
went there and go, "Do you know Simon Fisher-Becker? He was a friend of mine."
Christian and I have chatted about rehearsals. Neither of us believe in rehearsals at all, do we, Christian?
Yep.
It's against our religion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say rehearsal. When does that happen?
I know.
This is such a better produced show, though. You don't see Christian in the background going, "Oh, let me just get this video clip up." And honestly, they never get kicked off, Joseph. Not like us. We get kicked off quite regularly because you play certain stuff that you shouldn't be playing. That's my spare one. Anyway,
we do try to keep it, PG rated. Yes,
I am so.
We try.
Christian, get back here.
Oh God, no.
Get over here. Wrangle your guests.
I'm in tears. You're staying.
Oh my
We should
gosh.
do
I'm not wrangling anybody. I don't get into domestic squabbles, so there's those two right there.
Oh, Joseph and I are like an old married couple. No, now for all the Americans that are watching this, and you haven't seen the No Name Trivia show, all I can say is it's on at stupid o'clock, okay, US time, every Monday. Or was it Monday morning about 3 or 4 a.m. LA time?
It depends. Yeah, it depends on where you are.
Yeah, but I mean, we go on like this every day, all the time. It's like we're like an old, married couple, and then if you put Simon in the mix of it, oh, love. Yeah, but Joseph, I know that you were very, very close to Simon, and while you're sitting
Extremely
there
close.
eating your biscuit, yeah,
Yep.
do you have any funny stories, while you're, and not about biscuits, love, but do you have any funny stories about yourself and Simon?
I'm not sure funny stories is the thing with me and Simon. We just used to talk about crap all the time. He would literally call me every single day, and we'd just talk about nonsense. And I used to joke around and say, "Have you got any fan mail today?" And he used to hold up, "Oh yeah, I've got 3. Some from China, some from Japan, and yeah." And he'd be replying to that pretty much straight away. But it was just so bizarre. The day that everything happened, it was 4 o'clock in the morning. Like you, Christian, I got a phone call from Tony. I think I was about one of the first, or maybe second, or something that he called, and I heard the phone ring, and I went, "Oh, that's probably Simon. He's probably thought that it's daytime for me, and it's early in the morning. I'll give him a call later." And then the phone rang again, and then I went, "Okay." And then I still didn't answer that one, but then a third time on WhatsApp, and I thought, "No, something's wrong here." And it was Tony, and he said, "Tony, I've got some." He said, "Joe, I've got some really bad news," and I broke down, and I tell you, I did not get to sleep. I did not go back to sleep or anything. I was just up for the rest of the day, and I couldn't sleep the next night. And then, of course, we had the tribute show, or a small tribute show, on Monday just gone, and we're looking at having a bigger one, which hopefully Christian will be up at 4 a.m. To do the show with us.
Hell no.
You better. I will drive to Orlando and poke you to do this.
Come and get me.
I'm not coming.
Hopefully that will be on the 20. Hopefully that'll be on the 21st of April.
While you finish your biscuit.
Yeah.
You better have a biscuit for me.
Honestly,
That's all I'm saying.
And for
This
the
is a
American
professional
audience,
show, Joseph. A professional show.
I can try
Not
to
like-
find. I'm trying
not
to find
like
the
ours.
episodes of the show, and it just shows YouTube. It doesn't show any time listed and anything.
Oh, don't
Sorry, what
worry.
was that?
Nobody needs to see us. No one needs to see us together. Believe me. And can I say, I know Joseph did get woken up because he tried to ring me at 5 o'clock in the morning, 5:15, 5:30, 5:45, 6 o'clock. All the
You
way
should have
up
known
to
something
around
was
about,
wrong if I'm ringing you at that time of the morning.
Guess what? I have a life. I don't need to hear from you every 15 minutes of the day. I mean, I know.
If you're just joining us, welcome to the tribute for Simon Fisher-Becker.
I know.
And he's
Simon
giving you that
give
look
you a
right
call.
now for the both
That's
of
what he's-
you.
No, like the look he
Yeah,
had with
no,
the
He's giving you that look, both of you.
No, he's
Dave,
he's
can you
giving
split
the
these
look
two
to
up,
Joseph to go. He's giving the look to Joseph going, "Oh, I misdialed you again. I guess I'm going to have to talk to you now."
Well, folks, I have to be running shortly, but I just wanted to leave you with some words of wisdom. Sadly, one of the side effects of getting older is you have to learn to be able to say goodbye to friends and loved ones who are going to leave you. And all I can recommend is this. One of the things you'll notice you get older seems to be not necessarily, but a shortage of kind people in the world. So if you know someone who's as kind as Simon, who he was, and with as much heart, and hang on to them, cherish them, because you never know when they're going to be gone.
He's
That's
just
all
out
I can-
regenerating. He's out regenerating to the next.
Yeah, I had a great time tonight with you all, remembering Simon. I only got to meet him a couple times at Chicago TARDIS in person. Plus, he was one of the very first people I think I interviewed on this channel. And that's the thing I will remember most about Simon is his kindness. So thanks for having me on board with you tonight.
All right, Brian. Thank you. Check him over at Dr.
Hugs,
Freedom
air
on the
hugs.
YouTube channel.
Right.
Air hugs.
Wait, Melanie.
Good night seeing you. Good seeing you, Brian. Hello.
Hello, Melanie. How are you?
I'm doing. Oh God, what's going on here? Why am I being targeted?
If I got to be up at 4 a.m., you're going to be
trouble now.
Well, here's the funny thing. You said it'd be
Yeah.
April 21st, correct?
Yes.
I'm going to be in Japan. And if I
Excellent.
understand time zones and latitudes,
Oh,
I can do that.
You are welcome. You are welcome
2
to come
hours
on the
difference.
show. I want you on the show. Absolutely.
So I will be fresh faced and ready to go, and I will be.
Send me a
Poking
friend
this
request
one.
on. Send me a friend request on Facebook then, and I will accept.
Absolutely. I will
But
do that.
also,
Melody, don't
if
do
you're
it.
looking,
You would
I think I
never
already
hear.
have.
You
No, wait, I already.
don't do
I
it.
already
Don't
have
do it.
if you're looking for some video, because I saw in the chat you're looking for some video, please go to the No Name Trivia Show and take off whatever you want to.
Perfect. I will do that. I'll kind of start trying to get all that
And-
this week.
And just in saying that, okay, I'm not quite sure if it's going on in America, but in Australia here, we just got a message to say that any video that you put on Facebook for 30 days will then be deleted after 30 days. Is that the same happening over there in the US?
yeah.
Yes, so we have to pull everything that was live.
Okay.
I don't know how.
Yep,
I don't
okay.
know how to actually do that. So if someone can help me with
Oh,
that,
it's in the setting feature. You setting and then download
will that download everything? Will it?
No,
one at
just
a time. That's what's killing me.
Oh God,
One at a time.
jeez.
Unless
4
they
years
should
of
make
the
it where you can
No
take the
Name
whole
Show.
folder and download. That would be nice.
I
was
think, Joseph, you need to move to StreamYard, to be honest, man. The StreamYard lets us do YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. It gets on different platforms, and I like it because if something should happen like what Facebook is doing, it'll take down, videos over live. Then you still have the other platforms that you produce it on when you go live out there.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
And just for all the American audience, a biscuit in Australia is the same as a biscuit in UK. It's a cookie.
I
It's a
count as a
cookie, that's what
UK.
I
My
say.
partner
No,
lives
we
in the
call-
UK.
I'm sorry, but we call it a bicky.
Yeah,
A
we call it
bicky.
bicky as well. We call it bicky as well.
That's what my grandfather called it. Yeah.
When I was in the States, we went to cookie. Was it crumble cookie? Cookie crumble?
Crumble cookie.
Yeah, it was called Crumble Cookie.
Crumble cookie. All I can say is, oh, please come to Australia. We do it so much better.
Well, Crumble has nothing on Gideon's. I'm sorry.
Someone sent
She
me
speaks
through
the
a
truth.
friend request.
Gideon's.
I've
Someone else
never
sent me
had
through a
On my
friend
Gideon's.
trip to
request.
Florida,
You gotta come to
Mel hadn't
Florida.
told me this.
I'll accept that friend request to whoever that was. Someone.
That's
No,
me.
Yeah, you're
We're already
you're
friends, so I
what's
sent a
Kit
message.
Kat? Oh,
I
what's
tell
a Kit
people
Kat
just
in Australia?
find me.
The Kit Kat. It's just called
What's
a
a Kit-
Kit
yeah.
Kat in Australia. It's just a Kit Kat. It's
Okay,
nothing
that-
more.
that-
nothing
oh,
less.
Same in Japan. Same in it's a Kit Kat.
Time Scales just came back from Japan, and he came
Apparent-
back with a bazillion different kinds of Kit Kats that we've been slowly showing off on Spill the Geek Tea. So that's where that came.
Did he show you the peach
Oh.
one or the which one did you guys do? Because I didn't get a chance to watch it yet.
We did UK, Japan, and American different flavor Kit Kats on the show just gone on Monday night. So there was all different types of flavor Kit Kats. You know what I'm like with candy.
I
chocolate.
learned something the other day up from radio. This is really interesting. Apparently, we are pronouncing everyone. I'm assuming everyone knows what a Chupa Chump is.
Chub
Yeah,
the lollipops.
Yeah.
That is a bold assumption.
Yeah, I know. It is
We
a
need to
bold
talk
assumption.
timescales.
I can't
It's
find
also
my
a
green
false one.
tea one that my friend gave me. I usually get Kit Kats from Japan. My friend gives me.
Apparently, it's pronounced Chupa Chup.
Chupa Chup.
That's the correct pronunciation, apparently. Now,
You're a chupa chup.
Oh, I got trivia. Go ahead.
apparently, it is a Japanese word, chupa chump, how we say it, but it means suck.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
That is.
Well, that's like it's poachy instead of pocky.
Sounds like an OnlyFans category.
The same thing. It's like you say poachy instead of pocky.
I would assume that
Reminds
someone
me-
from the No Name Trivia Show would know this, but do you know who designed that logo?
Which logo? The
Chupa-
No Name Trivia.
Chupa Chup?
Oh,
Of course.
I did the No Name Trivia Show logo.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
No, you're talking about oh god, what's his name? The guy that did the Campbell suits cans
Different
and all
artist.
that there.
Are you
Not
talking
Andy
about
Warhol.
Anthony
Okay.
Wallow?
No.
No, not Anthony Warlow, he's the singer.
Andy
Not-
Warhol, but no.
Not Warhol.
Warho. Warho.
Yeah, I know. I was just testing to make sure you knew who I was talking about.
Yeah,
Gretchen.
right, good on you.
Gretchen, just a reminder, this is a
It was
tribute
Dali.
to Simon Fisher-Becker. And we went somewhere else.
We did. I don't know what's going on.
It
but
works for me.
This is not a tribute to Andy Warhol or any kind
It should
of
be
candy.
now.
So Melanie,
You know
who,
what?
who actually
Actually-
designed the
Salvador
I was just-
Dali.
I was just going to say
Salvador
though,
Dali? Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
It was Dali.
Simon Fisher-Becker would have loved, like he loved trivia completely. He would have loved these little digressions because that's what he was like. He would do digressions.
Uh-oh.
And he loved trivia, as I said.
Joseph, you're
somebody may be
breaking up
visiting.
because you're in somebody's basement. So time to go,
I'll go
Joseph.
outside
Bye.
But even
Bye.
even on the Traveling TARDIS, those many times where Simon would have a segue where it would be trivia time, and that's
Yep.
what
See, I'm just doing what he does.
exactly.
And he liked the
Because he would
sweets
do-
It
too.
was always
Hey,
good when we
Christian,
had
I was
a
on
proper
target.
segue.
He always had a bag of sweets too. Him and Ian would split between the candies back and forth. Yeah. Anything.
Were they jelly babies? Like Tom
I
Baker?
think it-
Would you like a
I
jelly
think
baby?
at one time there was something because they were passing them along at the event and everything, and everyone. I never had a jelly baby before. I was like, they were showing me it and everything. I was very
You've never
deprived as a
had
child.
jelly baby before?
I was very deprived as a child. My parents are baby boomers that are minimalists.
They're hard to come by in America. You have to seek
Mhm.
them out.
The only
gotta
time I ever
go.
got to try things from Ireland and England was when my grandparents went back over a few times, but then they stopped. I do miss a
I gotta
pumpkin.
go, guys, because I've got to finish the air cons in the house. So I'll
Back on the
see
clock.
you later.
Don't be a stranger.
Break's over.
Get back
And
to
don't you
work.
talk about me in my absence, there, Bolty.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
don't worry,
Oh,
I'm
we will.
talking about
Oh,
you.
we
You're
will.
This is
running your
this is
face,
the new
mate.
Ian and Simon right here. Ian and Simon right here, the young version.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Joe.
See you later.
And don't forget,
Shit,
you
mate.
can check out Joe and Balti on the No Name Trivia Show. You can check them out on the Facebook, and hopefully you get StreamYard so you can put it somewhere else out there. Former Stomping Ground with Simon Fisher-Becker, but it is fun. And if you can wake up early enough to watch it, you can have some fun. Where the points don't count, it's all about the fun. So definitely want to check it out there.
I have to
Sorry,
admit,
Normally
I was
2
just
hours
say- I
earlier
was
for
just
me.
gonna
It's
say-
only 2 a.m. for me.
I was just going to say that the one thing in Australia and Britain, we've got the same, like kind of words. But in America, I kept on putting my foot in it when I was in
Oh
the
yeah,
States.
I was taught not to say certain words when I went to England. My ex, he kept telling me, "Don't say this
Okay.
word, don't say that word."
Okay, so now over here, right, the English and the American say the same word, right? Flip-flops.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
But here in Australia, they're not called flip-flops.
They're
Yes,
tongs.
they're called thongs. Now,
Mhm.
when you actually go into a shop and go, yeah, excuse me, mate, have you got any thongs for sale?
Yeah, you
They
no.
actually look at you quite weirdly.
Mhm.
No, that just means you're doing it right. So you're okay.
Or the beach.
Keep asking that.
Isn't there
That's
there's a couple of other words too
Yeah,
that
yeah.
get in trouble here?
If they throw a thong at you, that means you're doing it right.
The Aussies certainly loved when the clothing company Root was the sponsor for all of our Olympic gear. And we'll leave it at that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. The
Heard about that one.
Australians. Okay. I'm not quite sure if you actually know any Australians because we are down at the bottom of the earth. But we just don't give. We don't give. How can I say? I won't say the word like we normally do because it's really bad in America. We just don't give a flying whatever.
Don't give a monkeys.
Thank you. Don't give a monkeys. We'll do that.
Do the
Thank you very
science
much.
version, frack. Do the frack.
Yeah, we don't make a mincemeat out of anything. We just sit there and just go with the flow. Okay, and that's the one good thing that I love about Australians. We can just sit there and have a laugh of ourselves. You know, and the one thing, believe it or not, when I was in America. Yeah, but I was upside down, correct. When I was in America and they found out that I was from Australia, do you know what the biggest question, the first biggest question everybody would ask me?
How to spell beer?
What do you think it was?
Crocodile Dundee?
No. Do you have a pet kangaroo? No.
Keep 3.
You don't want those. You don't want those. You don't want those.
So I'm up in Canada. And I used to do phone support for Singular AT&T, American cell phones. And as I'm on the phone with someone and they realized I was in Canada, they asked me if we had phones. As I'm talking to them on a phone. I said, no,
Well,
no,
just
sir.
have tin cans and
sorry,
string.
can you say it again? My side of the rusty tin can is a little bit little off there.
I got asked if we had chicken in Australia.
Now, I have heard that you call them chooks.
Oh, chooks, yeah, chooks,
Yeah, they're
yeah.
chooks.
It's like a
Cooking
you go
shows
down
when
and
I
get
see that.
Get a chook,
Apparently-
But see, in England or in the UK, if you say chook, it means something totally different, doesn't it, Candyman?
Yep.
Look at the messages from
Yeah.
Facebook.
I'm
There it
going-
is.
I do not have a pet kangaroo.
Got
I have
3 of them
pet.
in his house.
I have
Pretty.
yes.
You do
Yeah,
have a
I've
pet
got
kangaroo.
3.
His name called Joseph.
Oh,
Joe's a drop bear.
it's-
He climbs up on a ladder and just jumps on you.
Now, if anyone wants to know how this is still a tribute to Simon, let me go and segue this back. Simon,
Sorry.
a consummate professional, if you go back through all the episodes, always had a notebook. He always did. Little yellow one, had the pages flipped. He had notes upon notes upon notes. He always knew what points he wanted to hit. Da 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 da. Welcome to this.
And then
Simon,
and then there's
we
us.
miss you. But yeah, he always had those notebooks. Bless his soul.
It's true.
It's-
And I actually got that idea from Simon. I don't know if you can
Almost see it.
do not speak to Joe.
Now let's all go friend him.
Funny guys.
Do we have any more videos there, Christian?
Any messages?
Thank God,
anything?
no.
Does anybody? And if everybody's watching live of anybody that worked with him, you call us, please. Tell us some funny stories.
Okay. So I think now's a good time to end the show.
I'm keeping him if you don't be nice. I have a hostage.
Oh wait!
Oh, you have
wait! He has the hostage. Yes.
Oh, he does.
You have it.
I has it.
Did you take it from MegaCon
I
and
took it from
travel it
MegaCon
around?
and I took it to Pensacon.
Ooh, okay,
And
awesome.
I took it to a few other events and
There
sent in
you go.
pictures and
It's doing a world tour and
yeah.
It's on its and it's on its way.
And a
It's on
certain
its way,
a
right?
certain doctor that did not come to MegaCon is supposed to be coming to Calgary next month. So hopefully she'll
next
enjoy
month?
this. Yes.
yeah.
Oh, I was gonna ask if you wanted him to go to Japan, but it's gonna be next month. So
No, I thought it was going to. It was going to UK.
Australia.
April, yeah, end of April
likes
when the
Kit
Calgary
Kats.
Expo is.
All right, so
Christian, before we
Yes.
go, I'd just like to say again, thank you very much for allowing me to come on to this show. It's a fantastic show, and I love it, and I know Simon did as well. Okay, and everything that what you guys do, okay, is truly amazing. You know, for the fans out there. And although I bag out Joseph and Joe bags out me, we are really good friends. But I just like to say again, thank you very much for allowing me to come here to spend some time talking about the wonderful Simon Fisher-Becker. Simon, you will never, ever be forgotten. You will always be missed. And as I said beforehand, if there's anybody that you're out there that you haven't spoken to for a while, go out there, be the better person, give them a call, because you never know when it's the last time you will speak to them. And it doesn't matter what happened, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, times, in the past. Reach out there, make some connection, be the better person, and let's all get along together. And that's what Simon would have wanted. Simon loved everybody, his fans, his family, and his friends. Let's all get together and, let's say, Simon Fisher-Becker, thank you very much. You've been a wonderful person, and we will always love you.
I think that's a really good point to end on.
Absolutely.
I know. I was going to close the show, but forget it.
Yeah.
Sorry, Christian.
He said it.
It's okay, Baldy. It's okay. It's okay.
He said it the best way, because you never know what's going to happen the next,
Right.
I mean, there's people I've not spoken to well, and I'm like, I made my peace, but I do want to find a final, just in case. You never know.
Mm-hmm. Tomorrow is never promised.
Tomorrow's never promised.
That's why today is a present.
It's always a gift.
It's always, and that's the hardest part. When Simon went into the hospital, he was only supposed to be there for a week.
That's what he told everybody,
Yeah, and I said okay, and then next thing you know, he's in there for a month and everything. And the last text that I got from Simon was basically saying, "Hey, I'm out."
Wasn't he supposed to go to another convention that we were all like, coming up soon or something when he got better?
May the 17th, I think it was.
Yeah. He said something about that. He mentioned it, and he was supposed to be all better for it, and he wanted to see his fans and thank them for everything because of everything that was going on.
Yeah. And also Tony, Tony, thank you very much for what you did, Simon, as well. I mean, as I said, we all talk about Simon, and I think sometimes we forget about, his loving, wonderful partner of maybe 30 odd years, Tony. He's an amazing guy. And, all I get to say, mic drop, Baldy out.
When Tony's ready, I want to just give him a hug and tell him, it's going to be okay. He's with them in his heart.
Definitely all of our love to Tony out there. So, guys, I guess we'll go ahead and end this. Simon, what else is there to say? But thank you for everything. Thank you for being a part of our lives. I wish you could see what has transpired in the last 2 days on your social media and across the world, that you were never forgotten. And you will never be forgotten as long as we're still here, and you're here in our hearts and here in our minds. And I can't thank you enough, Simon. And I'm glad for the most hokiest thing I can say. Thank you for being part of the legend, because you are one. You are a legend. So with that, folks, we're just going to go ahead and say goodbyes. Real fast, let's just go clockwork. Candyman, where can people find you?
You can find me on here, and you can find me on Spielberg Geek Tea.
Gotcha. Gretchen, everybody can find you on the lovely TikTok. Where else can they find you?
Instagram. Yeah.
Check out Balti down over at the No Name Trivia. You can find that on Facebook. They go live every Monday through Friday, right?
No, just every Monday. Every Monday. Sydney time. And if anybody wants to be my friend, you can see me Balti on Instagram or Paul Boltwood on Facebook, or just come to Australia and I'll take you out for chicken schnitzel and a beer.
Put the link so we can copy.
Gotcha. Where can people find you?
Everywhere and stuff. Like I said, I'm free now. If anybody wants to hang out or anything, and get to know me more, get to know the Traveling TARDIS more. If you know your Doctor Who, come right on and enjoy everything with us and meet some legends, like you said.
And Dave, where can people find you as well?
Clockwise, got to go to Melanie first.
No, I'm saving the best for last.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, you can find me at therathole.ca. You can find me here on the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. If you hang out on the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS or my YouTube, the Rat Hole DOTCA, in about 5 minutes, I'm going to do what I would normally do here on the Traveling TARDIS as a pre-show. I've got some fun stuff that is Doctor Who-ish to open, and some stuff that's not Doctor Who-ish to open, but I wanted to be able to do that, and I don't think it's appropriate to have done it here on the Simon episode, so I'm going to do it immediately after. So tune in, stay around, go talk to Melanie.
Melanie, on Earth Station, what else can they find you, Melanie?
You can find me on Instagram at Pieces of Melee. Also on Instagram, we're doing more stuff at Diamond Tech Crafts. So CRAFTS if you like anything stained glass. That's my world right now. But yeah, and anywhere else that's People Talk Who.
And if everybody in the chats, as opposed to saying goodnight, Rose, we just weren't going to say that. We're going to be saying on the way out. Thank you, Simon. So on behalf of everybody, the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, and as always, I have no idea what we're going to do next week, so just keep an eye on the social media. Absolutely, please. Love to Simon. Everybody on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Thank you, Simon.
Thank you,
Simon.
Miss you, Simon.
Bye.